Hi everyone, my name is Abel Great Kantoma. I'm from GREYTEST CAD Design Concept. This is my WhatsApp contact. You can reach me on this number or you can call me, okay? These are the softwares which we have covered on our YouTube channel, and we teach all of these on our Telegram platform where we give you the software, we'll guide you on how to install it and how to crack it for 40 days. You can DM me for more information or you can call me, okay? Today I'm going to continue on the modeling, and we are actually going to analyze this building as well, and then we are going to add the loadings on this building before we now analyze, okay? So we are going to add our slab to this. We are only going to have our slab on this level, okay? Because here we have a roof beam on this level, so on this level we are going to be having our slab here. So to do that, all I'm going to do is to go down to my quick draw floor / wall, okay? You can see I can click on each of this, and then I will just insert the panel. Now I must come down here, my property, okay? This is slab which I have actually created. I have defined this section already, and then the property as well. So all I will do here is just to insert, or I can actually just highlight all of it, and you can see my slab has actually been inserted at this level. This is just for one story. I'm not going to be having slab here. I will not have slab here as well, okay? To add my loadings to this, I will just go normally the software itself has actually done all of that loading based on the section and the properties of this member, okay? So it has actually done all of the distributions of my loadings from the slab down to the beam, from the beam down to your column, from your column. Now it will send it down to your foundation. The software by default will actually do all of that for you, okay? But there are some loadings just like our imposed load. If you are dealing with a residential building, we have different classes of building. We have residential occupants, we have the industrial, and then we have the institutional, okay? So depending on what you are actually designing for, okay? So right now, so if we assume this to be a residential building, okay, so I'll go to my assign, and I'll go to my share load, and I'll go to uniform load, okay? It's actually by gravity, and then I will add to existing load because I have an existing load already. The self weight and all that has actually been done by the software, so I'm just adding this as an imposed load on this, okay? So the value here based on, let's assume if here, if we have this place, this point we have here, okay, we have sorry, let me close this. Let me select. Oh, sorry about that. So I'll go back to my assign. I'll go to shell load. I'll come here to my uniform, and then if these are rooms, I will advise you to lay your hands on any of this based on your code of practice in your country, okay? So I'm going to be using BS8110, okay? So for my bedrooms, my dormitories, okay, so let's just assume if this 1, 2, 3 are my bedrooms, so I'm going to be using 1.5, okay, and then I will apply, and then let's say here, then we have let's say our kitchen, our laundry are around this area, okay, or I take off this, okay, kitchen and laundry. Actually the imposed load around that area is 3, so I'll make it 3 here, and then I will apply, and then for my let's come down here, come here, here. So I'm just going to assume this to be 1.5 for my rooms. Okay, sorry, add to existing. So okay, I'll close that. So I will advise you to take your time in order to do this, okay, so as for you not to actually miss out what you are actually doing. Okay, but this, because of the sake of practice, because this is actually a tutorial, you can just to guide you on how to actually come up with your design on the software. Okay, the next thing here I'm going to do is to put in my loadings, the wall load on the beams here. Okay, so we are going to be having a wall load on these beams. Okay, so to achieve that, all I need to do is just to, I can come back to my assign, and then I'll go to my frame load. I'll come to distributed. At this point here, my wall load is actually going to be the weight of your wall, okay, is 2.87 kilonewton per meter square. Okay, I have trashed all of this on my Structure software, which I explained vividly, which is 2.87. that's for the 9 inches block, that's 225. Okay, and then you know, you have an opening. Let's say we have an opening in that wall as well. If I come down here, okay, we have a wall like this, okay, which is we say the weight, okay, the weight is actually 2.87. okay, and then we have the finishes on both sides, which is 0.6. so if you add this value plus this value, then we have the height of the wall, which is at 3 meters, and then the width of this wall, which is actually sorry, not the width, the thickness of the wall, which is a 230. So it could be, let's say, 225. okay, so which is going to be 0.225, right? So if you do this maths, okay, just multiply that value, and it's actually going to give you the result for that. Okay, so once you get that value, I just want to make this tutorial as brief as possible, and then you just input your value here. Okay, and then mind you, you must add 0.7, which is actually we assume that the opening on the wall is just for example 30%. okay, that's let's say we have a 1200 by 1200, that's in millimeter, the width, and then the length of your wall, not wall, window, I mean. Okay, that's for your opening. Okay, so if that is correct, come back here. I'm just going to be using a value of 11.5 kilonewton per meter. So I'm not going to be going deep into this. I have explained all of this on my previous training on the software proper. Okay, so I will going to apply. Okay, 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 yes, by gravity, and I click on okay. Okay, sorry, I did not select the beams I'm supposed to apply this to. Okay, so mind you, the beams I'm going to be using are these beams on my ground floor and the beams on my plinth that have the wall on them. Okay, so this roof beam has no wall on it. So what I will do is just to come to my select, and I will go on my select, I'll come to my properties, and I'll come to my frame, because beams are under frames. So I'll come to F beam, so I'm going to select. Okay, now you can see it has actually selected my beam on my ground floor and also at my plinth. The reason is because I made beam F on my ground floor and that of my plinth to be similar. Okay, so it's going to make it, because I need that this floor to be a master story and the one on the plinth to be similar to the master story. So it's going to take the properties of everything I'm doing, it will reflect on my plinth as well. So if I select that, I'll go back to my assign and I'll come to my frame and I'll come to my distributed load. You can see the value is still there. So if I click on apply and then I click on OK, now you can see all of that loading reflected on my beams. Okay, if you love what you're seeing, make sure that you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel, it's actually free. Click on the bell icon so as to get a notification whenever I post videos. I post videos like this on a weekly, sometimes on a daily, so as to encourage as many that wants to have a deeper insight of design. If I come down to my define, if I go to my load patterns, you can see here I have my dead load, I have my live load. I can decide to add any of these loadings that are here. Okay, you can see we have super dead, we have seismic, we have snow load, we have wind load. But on this building we are not going to be considering snow load, we are not going to consider wind load, we are not going to consider seismic load, because in Nigeria we are not prone to earthquake or snow. There is no much wind, because when this building is actually not very high, we just have just one suspended floor. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at dead and live as well. Okay, so if I come down now to my load combinations, I'm going to add default design combos. That's default design combination. I'm going to composite beam design, okay, and then my concrete frame design, and then my slab. Okay, I don't have a shear wall. Okay, that's maybe like what we mean when you are dealing with maybe a lift. Okay, maybe have a lift for a high story building. Okay, so but we don't have a lift here, we don't have any shear wall. So I'll convert to user combination. So I'll make that combination editable. So once I click on OK, I can edit all of these that are here. Now you can see my combination here. I can just click on modify to rename that. I can make this 1.4 DL, okay, which is dead load. Okay, and I'll click on OK. Here you can see it's written there one. Okay, so there are some I'm not going to rename, I'm going to leave some, I'm going to rename some of these. Okay, I'm going to rename this, but if you have time you can just go through all of them and make sure you rename all of them. Okay, so my 1.4 for my dead load plus my 1.6 for my live load. Okay, and then I will click on OK. Okay, so I can rename all of these, yeah, but I'm going to actually leave this as it is. Okay, but just take your time and do all of the renaming as it is. Here you can see this is for we have for slab, we have for, so I will click on OK. Okay, good. So the next thing I'm going to do is to come to my analysis, to analyze. Okay, and then I'll go to my automatic mesh setting for floors. Okay, and then I'll click that, and then this is the approximate maximum mesh size. Okay, so I'm going to make the maximum mesh size to be 1 meter. Okay, so the smaller the more accurate value you actually get, which I have explained vividly even in my proto structure training. You can go down below the description of this video, you'll find a link to that channel. Visit the channel and actually keep yourself busy. I have covered structural designs and detailings, I have covered mechanical and electrical service drawings, road designs and water designs. They are all very much available on that channel. Okay, and then the previous episode on these ETABs are very much available on that channel as well. So if I click on OK, it's actually going to mesh that. Now so if I come down to my analysis, I'm going to check my model and I'm going to select all of these and I'll click on OK. Now it's actually running in the background. Good. Now you can see my model has been checked. No warning messages was generated. Now there is no warning that has been generated because there is no overlapping. Everything is actually perfectly arranged and okay. So if there be any maybe like overlapping and then any error, it's actually going to notify me here. Okay, but I think our design is perfectly okay. If there be any error or warning messages, you get it here. You can go back and rectify all of that here. Okay, so I'm going to run the analysis. So I will run on analysis. I will name this ETABS19. Okay, and then I'll click on save. Okay, it's actually running on the background. Okay, now you can actually see the information here. Okay, now if I click on any of these joints, you see the values actually showing. Okay, good. So I'll come down here to show the formation. Okay, you can see my combination here. Any of this combination, if I click on OK or I click on apply, it's going to show you how this the building will behave as regards to the combination. So if I click on share here and I click on apply, you can see the share. If I click on moment, I click on apply, you can see all of that value here. Okay, make sure that you stay safe and make sure